if your goal is to glow up in 2026 and to become that girl, you've come to the right place. This is how you're actually gonna change your life and become unrecognizable in 30 days with exact habits and mindset shifts that you need to implement in every single week. And my credentials are that I used to be unmotivated, overthinking all of the time, really insecure, and I managed to change my life. And I think everyone can do this as well. So if you want to feel more confident, have healthier habits, and become your best self, this is how you're gonna do it. First of all, we need to clean up the basics. A lot of people start the new year thinking, oh my god, I need to do everything at the same time. I promised myself I will reach all of these goals, so now I need to wake up at 5 a.m. and also go to the gym for 3 hours afterwards, and also run afterwards, and get ready, and work for 24 hours. Ow, I just hit my elbow. And that is the fastest way to burn out and to just don't want to do anything anymore. This is why I have a different strategy. And the strategy is just to clean up the bases and to set a really good foundation for yourself to be able to build healthy habits on top of this. You're not trying to change your whole life overnight. You are just first getting rid of all of the bad habits and the things that might sabotage you. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to bed and wake up at a very consistent time. Instead of having a night where you go to sleep at 10 p.m. and then you wake up at 8 a.m. and then the next night you go to bed at 9 p.m. and you wake up at 10 p.m. and then the next night you go to bed at 3 a.m. and you wake up at 12 p.m. You're gonna choose a time where you're gonna go to bed and you're gonna choose a time where you're gonna wake up. If you want to learn more about the science of sleep, I really recommend the book Why We Sleep. I absolutely love it. It gave me such a good perspective about how important sleep is, and this is one of my key takeaways. I've noticed that since I implemented this habit, I wake up feeling really relaxed, I have energy, I don't just hate my life from the second I wake up, and it's honestly such an easy thing to do. The next thing you're gonna do after waking up is you're gonna drink a glass of water, a tall glass of water. You've been sleeping for the last 8 hours, obviously you haven't been drinking, and girl, you need some hydration. What I do to make this easier is I always have a big bottle of water next to my bed. I have my Stanley cup, yeah, I'm basic like that. I just fill it up with water and then I have water with me at all times. Then you're gonna find a way to move your body every single day. You don't need to have like an already very strict workout schedule. However, think about types of movements that are fun for you. Think about going for a walk, think about dancing. This can be really out of the box. If you like some more unusual, more original type of movement, do that. Just get into the habit of getting your body moving. It not only helps your body, it also helps your brain. You feel clearer, your memory improves, your patience improves. That's an important one. You are more able to focus for longer periods of time. It's just a win-win. A really easy thing to do because you're just not doing something. Don't take your phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. Your brain is highly impressionable when you wake up. Because even though social media can be fun, we don't want the brain rot. Leave it until a bit later. In these 30 minutes, get ready, drink some water, go on a walk, just breathe some air, meditate, journal, do whatever you want. Just do not take your phone. I've personally also noticed such a big difference. If one day I do happen to take my phone because there's like a message I need to respond to urgently, the whole day I feel worse. Like, there's a direct correlation between phone usage and how good you feel throughout the day. And the last thing you're gonna do in this time is you're gonna clean for 10 minutes every single day. In total, you're gonna be cleaning for 70 minutes. Okay, you're not gonna clean on Sunday. 60 minutes, just 1 hour. However, in this 1 hour, you're gonna manage to get so much done because every single day you set a timer for 10 minutes. You pick an area that you're gonna clean, and in those 10 minutes, you don't do anything else. You put your whole back into it and you clean that one area. After those 10 minutes, you're done. You don't need to do anything else. Next day, you repeat the thing, choose a different area. What you're gonna notice after this 1 week is that 10 minutes every single day where you full on commit to this cleaning is gonna make your place look so much better. And you know what they say? Clean space, clear mind. Now we're at the second week, and this is when we're gonna start introducing new healthy habits. Now that we have a baseline, we can start building. You probably notice nutrition is really important, so this is the week where you're gonna start eating intentionally. I don't mean giving up all of the foods that you love because they're unhealthy. I mean focusing more on having a balanced diet. This can be, for instance, just adding a salad or some greens to every single meal you would have anyway. Having a bit of a lighter breakfast. Maybe substituting a really heavy, oily, or sugary breakfast with something lighter, maybe some oats with fruit, or some toast and an egg. I studied nutritional science and I absolutely hate the discourse online that tells you that you need to be really boring with your food in order to eat healthy. You don't just need to eat salads the whole day in order to eat healthier. However, you need to think about the basics. You gotta eat greens, you gotta eat some fruit at some point, you gotta eat some fiber. So this is the week you're really gonna start doing that. Focus on one thing, implement that healthy change, and then you can build from there. Again, this week is also not about making extreme changes. This week is about slowly building healthy habits that you can maintain sustainably throughout the whole year and for years to come. Next up, you're gonna do free workouts. If you haven't been working out so far, this is really the time to try different workouts to see what you like. Go to the gym. Go on a run, go do a guided class, like a Pilates class or like a yoga class or dance, I don't know, acrobatics, whatever. There are so many things out there. If you already know how to work out, you've done it before, you have some sort of idea of what you're doing, go do that. Think about exactly what workouts you're gonna do so when you get to the gym or when you're outside ready to run, you know exactly what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it. You need to have a plan. Especially when you go to the gym, you need to have some sort of idea in order to not feel overwhelmed. But you can find so much inspiration online. This week, you're also gonna get ready every single day, even if this just means changing from your pajamas into jeans and a top, or okay, sweatpants. You're allowed to wear sweatpants. I'm joking, wear whatever you like, obviously. My personal philosophy is getting ready every single day, even if I'm not going out, even if I only see myself. But I want to be like 10 minutes away from being fully ready to go out at any point throughout the day. That's, first of all, the way I prefer it, but I also notice that it makes me way more productive. I feel like myself, you know, I feel good, I feel confident, and it just makes my whole day better. At least change out of your pajamas, put on something else, maybe brush your hair, you know, wash your face, do the bare minimum, and do this every single day. And the last thing you're gonna do this week is focus on having a healthier night routine. A lot of people tend to scroll, especially at nighttime, you know? We grab our phones, we get into bed, and then we're just scrolling until we fall asleep. This is where you can make a huge change in your life by changing one little action. Take your phone, put it on your desk, put it wherever, and only go to sleep afterwards. Take a book with you, take a journal with you, do something calming, maybe you can do a meditation, you know, do whatever you feel like doing, just don't scroll. This is gonna make your mind feel way clearer, you're gonna sleep better because you're not getting the exposure to blue light right before you fall asleep, which is gonna improve your sleep quality. And this is such a tiny change that can make a huge difference in your life. Now we're at week 3, and this week is where we focus on the emotional side of things, on the mindset side of things. When I first started changing my life, I found going to the gym and, you know, eating healthier and waking up earlier was actually not the hardest part. The hardest part is letting go of an identity that no longer serves you. So like, I used to be a people pleaser. I had to let go of that. I had to start setting boundaries, and that can be the most difficult part. However, once you get over this hurdle, it's just all the way up from here. Once you get into the right headspace, no one can touch you. You stop getting upset over little things. You are way more at peace. You don't chase validation anymore. You're more confident. It's just win-win-win on all the fronts. So what you're gonna do is every single time you have to make a decision, you're gonna ask yourself, is it a hell yes or is it a no? If it's a no, it's a no. If it's not a hell yes, it's still a no. You know, if that one friend you actually don't really like asks you out or like wants to talk to you again because they have a problem, but you know, they're the type of person who always has a problem and always has to complain, but never listens to you complain, you know what, this is the moment to say, hey, sorry, I cannot today. This is also the week where you're gonna unfollow accounts that just don't help you. One really important thing to realize is that it is your phone. You're allowed to unfollow people, you're allowed to mute people, you're allowed to even block people if that's what you want to do. You can choose what you see in your digital space, and you should choose. You need to design your feed in a way that is healthy for you, and this is the week for it. This is also the week you're gonna start spending time alone on purpose, and you're gonna try to enjoy it. You have to. Honestly, I know that spending time alone can be very scary in the beginning, especially if you're the type of person who just cannot be alone with their thoughts. If that's the case, you need to start slowly dealing with that, because that is such a tiring situation to be in. I used to be like that as well, and you know, I was constantly distracting myself with different things, and I just realized that that is not healthy. You need to be able to be alone with yourself. You need to also start enjoying your own presence. That's literally gonna make you so confident and so happy overall. Now, I love spending time alone. I love my journaling sessions. I love just being at home and cooking by myself. It's amazing. It's so peaceful. I also like doing things by myself in the city. It's not that bad to sit in a cafe and be by yourself and read a book or work or do whatever you want. It's also not that bad to just go for a walk or go to the cinema or do whatever you want alone. Like, why not? Why can a friend be like a good enough companion to you, but why are you not enough as a companion to yourself? You really gotta start enjoying your own presence, and the way to do that is to deliberately spend time alone and find nice activities that you actually enjoy. You can even try hobbies like painting. Do the things you would enjoy doing with someone else, also by yourself. And in order to fully work on the mindset part of things, you're gonna start journaling. Even if it's just one sentence every single day, open that journal. If you're still on the lookout for a journal, of course, grab the Change Your Life journal in the description. Journaling helps you feel more aligned. It helps you manifest. It helps you get to know yourself better. And it is an amazing tool for when you feel like there's a lot on your mind and you feel overwhelmed. That's the perfect moment to journal. I can honestly tell you that my day is always better when I journal, and every single time there's a lot on my mind, if I journal, I feel way better afterwards. Now, welcome to the last week. This is week 4 of becoming unrecognizable. This is the week you're gonna log everything in and you're gonna start being consistent with your new habits. The thing about having healthy habits and having a whole routine is that you gotta do it consistently, and probably you might already know this, motivation fades. You need to start relying on discipline, and you need to start romanticizing the idea of showing up every day. It might feel very counterintuitive and it might feel boring to do the same habits every single day, but it is the most amazing thing you can do for yourself. It's so peaceful, and that's the only way to see results. This is truly about rewiring your identity and creating a routine that you absolutely love, so that when you wake up, you're like, oh my god, yeah, I get to do this again. I get to have a nice workout. I get to feel at peace. In the last weeks, you've been working out, you've been trying out different workouts. Now is the time to set a schedule for yourself and think about how you can stay consistent with this workout habit throughout the next weeks, months, years. So grab your calendar, look at your week, and schedule in the next workout. I love having a routine that repeats every single week, so that I know, for instance, on Monday I'm going on a run, on Tuesday I'm going to the gym, because that takes the planning work out of it. I don't need to sit there every single week and think about, oh my god, what am I doing this week? I just do the same thing, and honestly, it's so easy. Also, lock in your routines. Think about which habits you're gonna do in the morning, which habits you're gonna do in the evening. For instance, if you've tried, I hope you tried journaling over the past couple of weeks, think about it. When did you enjoy doing it more? Was it in the morning? Was it in the evening? Plan it out. You need to have an idea of what routine you're gonna follow, so that you just don't wake up every single day and think like, oh, what do I do now? And because there are always days where you're gonna have less energy or you're not gonna have enough time, that is fine. All you need is a non-negotiable habit. This is the thing that you're gonna do even if you have a bad day, even if you have less energy. Don't beat yourself up if one day you cannot stay consistent with your routine. Maybe you just wanna skip your workout because you don't feel like it. That's totally fine. But what is the one thing you're gonna do every single day? This could be, for instance, journaling. If you say that this makes you feel the best, then this is gonna be your non-negotiable habit. If you say movement makes me feel the best, and that's something I can do even when I don't have a lot of energy, make it a daily walk. This can be your non-negotiable habit. You just need something that's gonna anchor you to your routine, even when you're having a low energy day. If you give yourself 30 days to show up like this, you're gonna notice the change. Because becoming unrecognizable doesn't come from doing the life-changing huge things like reaching certain goals. It literally happens in the day-to-day through small habits. Thank you so much for watching until here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye! And if you need ideas for healthy habits, click here.